it's Megan. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I am going to share with you today a get ready with me / tutorial on the January Jones cut crease. This is my inspiration photo from her Instagram. Oh my god, I love it. I was so struck by this look when I saw this on my Instagram. I'm still so obsessed with it, and this is my interpretation of it with the products that I own. And I just love it. I think that it is so cool and different, and if you like to do just like normal blended eyeshadows, this might be something fun for you to try. Like, it has been really fun for me to try, and at first I couldn't really look at myself in the mirror when I did it for the first 2 times, because it just looked so weird, and I didn't know if it looked good because it was so different to me than just like a normal blended out, just more smoky look. And this, I love it. I've really grown accustomed to it. I've been wearing it a lot. I really love it. And for my products that I used the MUA shadows for the eye look. And then I just used a nude lip from Gerard Cosmetics, and it just all really works together. But I really encourage you guys to just look through your collection and maybe just stare at this photo like I did. I stared at it and tried to look really close and tried to see what colors she was using, just in my own perspective. And I noticed that she was wearing a peachy lid and an olivey, really dark crease color and a really pale lip. And once you realize just the colors of it, then you can look in your own collection and decide what you own already that would basically be the exact same thing as what January it looks like she's wearing. So that's what I did, and I think that it turned out so good, and I really love it. So if you guys wanted to see this tutorial or this get ready with me on it, then stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, you guys, so I just primed my face, my eyes with Urban Decay Primer Potion, face with Cover FX Calming Primer, and so I'm going to start with my eyes. And for the base, I'm going to use this Makeup Forever Aqua Cream in number 13, which is this beautiful peachy champagne color. And these are so creamy. It is unreal. They are so nice. And this one Sam sent me. These are her favorite cream shadows, and it is seriously gorgeous. This color is beautiful. I'm putting it from my inner corner all the way across my lid, all the way up to the brow. And this really does last all day. If you guys have been watching my vlogs, I showed you, I think the first day that I wore this makeup look, that it lasted all day and there was no creasing at the end of the day. And the only thing different that I did was use this cream shadow instead of a Maybelline Color Tattoo. And it is just stunning. It works so well. It's so creamy. And thank you, Sam, so much for sending that to me to let me try that. Okay, the eyeshadow is the star of the show, obviously, and it's actually pretty easy. There's not a lot of colors. I'm using 2 MUA palettes. First, we're going to use the Heaven Earth. For the lid color, you just need a peachy champagne color. So I'm mixing this color with this one, and I'm just using a MAC 217. I just have to wipe it off. I always have a towel. I just use a hand towel specifically for my makeup, and then I know a lot of people use baby wipes or makeup removal wipes or paper towels, but this then you can just wash and it's not as wasteful, I feel. So just using a MAC 217, mixing these 2 shades and just putting this all over where we just put the cream shadow. You can't really tell in the picture a lot about the eyeshadow. It's not a super I don't know, you can tell kind of what they did, but you can't really tell. So I just tried to look for things in my collection that look similar. I'm going to use more of the peach just on the lid, because that seems like it's more the right tone. And that is all we're going to do for the lid. For the crease, which is the most tricky part, I am going to use first this brown shade in the Heaven and Earth palette. And I'm going to use this as like a outline kind of shade, just to kind of like map out what I'm going to be doing in the crease. And the best brush that I found to do this type of cut crease with is a dense pencil brush. I tried to use the Louise Young LY38B, which is like the right size, but it blended it too much, so it just got all over the place. You need something precise that can really just carve out this area. So I'm going to take the brown color. You could use whatever color you want, just so you get the shape right. And so I have the picture in front of me as reference, but basically the shape is like right above my natural crease, into the inner corner, like into this bone here. I think that's called the orbital bone, but I could be wrong. Into this bone, and then so like a crescent, and then more straight out this way. So it's like curve straight. So I'm just going to be mapping it out with this shade, and it's good to have a close-up mirror and a faraway mirror to do this step, because this is definitely the trickiest part. Okay, so that's really all I'm doing for the outline, because I don't want to build it up too much or like be too crazy with it. That's just like the shape. So for the actual colors, I'm using my MUA Undress Me Too palette. And if you have the Naked 2, it's like the same thing. I'm using this color, which is like Snakebite, and then the matte black. If you have like a olivey colored, really dark color, that is what it looks like January is wearing in this editorial. But mixing these two together seems like it is a similar look. So I'm just going to be mixing those together, and I'm doing one eye at a time. I've found that that is easiest. So just mixing the two together on the same pencil brush, and it's just like trial and error getting the color right, and just don't go too crazy. It can be easy to do too much, and then you kind of have to start all over, because it's hard to erase that kind of mistake. But so you're just gonna build it up. And my neighbor's truck is so loud. And I also take this little brush from Target and just blend this upper edge, because you want the bottom of the cut crease to be more harsh, but I think it looks like it's like faded a little bit. Well, I at least like it better with it faded a little. So just going very lightly with barely any pressure with that brush. And then just going back and forth with your eyeshadow, just building this up a little. And I got a little bit of the dark color on the lid, so I'm just going to take that brush we did on the lid and kind of brush that away. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now I have a pretty good crease going on, and I found that doing the liner, the liquid liner next, really helps you determine if you do need any more crease work to be done. So I'm using my Jessie's Girl liquid liner. This is the most easy to use liquid liner for me. It's in a pen style. It's just so easy. So this liner, the liner that January is wearing, is very thin all the way from the inner corner, and then thin along the lashes, and then the wing. This is the trickiest part for me. The wing, similar to how the cut crease goes like flat, that's also how the wing is. It goes like flat, and then it meets up with the lower lashes. So this part is the trickiest for me because I'm used to doing like a more angled up wing, while this wing is more just flat. So this definitely takes practice, and I might not be able to do it right because it just doesn't seem natural for me to do it like that. But so you're just gonna make a thin line along the entire lash line, and then you're going to go from your outer corner and you're going to go like straight out, and then go back in to meet your upper lash line. So it's like straight out. It's not like up or lifting the eye, it's just like straight. Then the second trickiest part for me is to meet the lower lash line with this line. So I go very softly on just this outer part and then meet it up with that. And maybe just extend it a little bit. That looks pretty good. Let's see. Hers extends more. I think that's good. Once I start like trying to fiddle with it too much, it always gets out of hand. So I'm just gonna leave it like that, and then I know it won't hopefully get too out of hand. Okay. Next is the lower lash line. So for the waterline, use a nude liner. You can really tell in the picture that January has a nude liner on her lower waterline. And this one is the Rimmel Scandaleyes in Nude. If you don't have a nude liner and you don't use one very often, like I almost never use one unless it's like in a specific look because I think it makes me look weird. If you don't use one very often, the Rimmel Scandaleyes one does the trick, and it's really inexpensive at the drugstore. Then for the lower lash line, you're going to take your pencil brush again and you're going to mix together. Well, actually, you're just going to use this snake bite color. And I don't usually do lower lash line smoking out. So this part is kind of tricky for me. But you're just going to like smoke out the entire lower lash line with the snake bite color. And it just makes it look kind of sexy and smudgy, and that actually turned out pretty good. And then you're going to take a smaller brush, like this is a really small angled brush, and use the matte black. And you're just going to go really tight along your lower lashes. So like where we did the liquid liner, you're kind of going to do the same thing. Really close to your lashes for the black, because in the picture you can tell she does have more definition along the lower lashes with like a rich black color, And it might be a liquid liner, but there's no way I'm gonna try that. But this gives the same effect, I feel. And then if you want to kind of blend it out a little bit, this brush by Sigma E36, I'm sorry, really has not much of a purpose to me, but it does do a good job at kind of softly blending this type of thing. And I don't know, it just doesn't really do a lot for me, but it does a good job at that. So that is the basic eye look without mascara. So now I'm going to try to match up the other eye to it, which is the most difficult part. Okay, so now I'm going to do my face. I'm going to come back to mascara. I'm going to use my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation. This is like the easiest foundation ever. You can apply it with like in any way with your hands, with a beauty blender, wet sponge, brush, buffing brush. I'm going to use the Real Techniques cheek brush. I have been loving this brush to apply like every foundation. I'm getting so low on this. This is like the most impressive drugstore foundation I have ever discovered in my entire life, and all credit goes to my best college friend and roommate, Chloe. She told me about it, and it is seriously amazing, and I love the packaging of it. So I'm just buffing this on, and January doesn't have a lot going on her face in this photo. It seems editorial looks always, like, I feel like they always do that. They either are really extreme all over the face, or there's like absolutely nothing and they're just like a blank ghostly face with like no shape to it. But I'm going to add some because I do not live in a magazine and I want to look normal in my everyday life. So I'm going to add a little bit of like blush just to accent the face. So that is what I am going to add to this. And also, I don't have an under eye concealer right now. I really am interested in the Tarte, what is it called? CC under eye corrector. I just heard Amelia Liana talk about it, and I never had heard about it before. I never bought anything from Tarte. I've tried things from people who have passed them on to me, but I've never bought anything from Tarte. And the reason I'm not like rushing out to buy it is because I don't know if it's too dark for me. They only have light medium as the lightest shade, and I definitely would be more fair light, but they don't have a lighter option. So if you're fair like me and you have tried the Tarte, can you use it? Is it too dark? Like, I just want like a peachy under eye corrector that will cancel out like the blueness that I have. So that is that. And I'm also really interested in the LA Girl concealers. Chloe and I have been talking about them a ton. We just don't know where to really buy them. So if you know, please let us know. Alright, so that is the face. For cheeks, like I said, I'm just going to do a little bit. I'm going to add my INGLOT AMC highlight to the tops of the cheekbones, mostly just focusing on these lighter colors up here. And this is my little creative licensing right now. January doesn't have like anything on her face, but I don't want to look so flat. So I'm just going to add a little bit of something. And I love this highlight that Anna sent me. I'm just going to take a little and put it on my Cupid's bow. Okay, for blush, I'm going to use MAC The Perfect Cheek with the Real Techniques blush brush and just get it on the longest bristles and just lightly like put this on, kind of like a bronzer blush. This just really helps sculpt the face, and I just love this blush with a more dramatic eye look. I think that it looks beautiful. It doesn't detract from the eye look. And I don't know, it's just, it really is the perfect cheek. I wish that they would make this permanent. I don't get why it is not. So that is it for the face. Brows, Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel in Auburn, what I love to use. It is the perfect thing for me. It just tints my brows to match my hair a little more. I don't really need to fill in my brows because I don't have sparse brows. And this just tints my brow hairs and puts them in their place. And it's just so easy. I can do it so quickly. Now, at first there was definitely a learning curve. Now I can do it fast. For mascara, Dior Show Iconic Overcurl Mascara. Oh, so good. I love this mascara. It is like the most beautiful, I need a mirror. The most beautiful, easiest volumizing mascara ever. High-end that I've tried. I still love L'Oreal Voluminous, but if you want to treat yourself and you like voluminous lashes, Dior Show Overcurl is a da bomb. The last part of this is the lips. January has a super, super, super pale peachy nude on in this picture. I don't have anything that light, so I'm using the Gerard Cosmetics Buttercup lipstick, which is the lightest nude that I have, and this is more of like a pinky nude. And if I had MAC Myth, I would mix it with this, but I don't have that, so just use a nude color you have in your collection, because usually for like editorials and stuff, makeup artists use like a ton of different products. So now I just need a really pale blonde wig and I will look just like her, obviously. But this is the look. I really love it. Do we look like twins? I just think it's like a really cool different look, and I'm so glad that this picture inspired me, because I just love being inspired by different looks and something like fresh that I wouldn't normally do. But I really think that it's so like me, I feel like, because I feel like my style is like polished but with like a quirky, edgy twist. And that is how I feel about this look. I feel like it is like it's all a neutral palette, but it has that really interesting twist to it. So I've really been enjoying this, and I really appreciate you guys complimenting me on it and asking for the tutorial and stuff, because it was so much fun to share it with you guys. And I hope that if any of you try it out, send me a picture on Instagram or Twitter. My username is @megfish8, and I would just love to see you recreate this with your own products in your collection, because I think it's just so fun, and it would look cool with like a bunch of different, like with different colors as it, but just the same technique. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful start to your week, and I will see you soon.